Hello, warrior. You know what's ironic? We spend our lives dodging pain. Yet it's the moments that break us that often forge who we're meant to be. Right now, as you watch this, you might be grappling with something so heavy it feels unbearable. You might be in your car after a grueling day, utterly drained, or lying awake at 2 a.m., wondering why everything unraveled so fast. Maybe you're just exhausted, tired of pretending you're fine when you're not, tired of carrying a mask that's too heavy. Here's the game changer. While most see their darkest moments as proof life is against them, the ancient Stoics saw profound truth. Our deepest pain often becomes our greatest teacher, inviting us to discover our true strength through the struggles we'd rather avoid. Marcus Aurelius, who led an empire while enduring personal tragedies that could crush anyone, wrote in his private journal, "The mind that seeks the good, whether it finds it or not, is honored by the pursuit itself." He wrote not for praise but to remind himself that even in loss, heartbreak, or despair, there's value in striving for what's good. Let me be honest, this video might bring tears, and I'm not sorry for that. Sometimes, we need to feel our inner strength through the toughest moments. You've survived every hard day so far. That's not trivial. It's extraordinary. We live in a world that urges us to numb pain at all costs, scroll past what stirs you, shop to fill the void, do anything to forget. But what if the pain you're fleeing is the gateway to your true self? The Stoics had no smartphones to escape into, no endless distractions to dull their suffering. When Marcus lost his child, when Epictetus endured slavery and torture, when Seneca faced exile and death, they confronted their humanity head-on. In that acceptance, they uncovered what we've forgotten. Pain isn't the enemy, and struggles don't signal weakness. They are the raw material of our transformation. Right now, someone is fighting a silent battle. Someone is grieving a life-altering loss. Someone faces fears bigger than their courage. To them, I say what the Stoics knew: you are capable. Not because you're superhuman, but because you're human. This isn't about forcing positivity or ignoring reality. It's about learning to dance with hardship, finding meaning in chaos, and realizing that the things breaking your heart might be expanding it to hold more love, wisdom, and compassion than you ever imagined. If these words resonate, hit the like button, not for me, but as a promise to yourself that you're ready to embrace hard truths. Leave a comment to share your resilience. Share this with someone who needs to remember their strength. Subscribe to this channel, as we're building a community of people who choose growth over comfort. Don't skip any part of this video. Every word is crafted for someone who needs it, and that someone might be you. The ideas ahead aren't just thoughts, they're invitations to see life differently, to uncover strength you didn't know you had, and realize that your sensitivity, your struggles, and your deeply human heart aren't weaknesses to overcome. They're superpowers waiting to be unleashed. Leave this comment to show you're standing tall. My pain is becoming my strength. Let me share the day that changed everything. For me, it might help you see why your worst day could be your greatest gift. It was a Tuesday. Why is it always a Tuesday when life decides to teach us lessons we're not ready for? I woke up thinking it was just another day. By nightfall, everything I believed about myself, my relationships, and my future had shattered. You know that feeling when the ground beneath you vanishes, when the story you told yourself about your life no longer makes sense. That's where I stood. And maybe that's where you stand now. The Stoics understood something we've forgotten. Our worst days aren't punishments, they're revelations. Epictetus, who knew terrible days, taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. He spoke as someone who'd been enslaved, beaten, and stripped of everything society deems valuable. From the depths of human suffering, he discovered something profound. When everything external is stripped away, what remains is the real you. Your worst day doesn't define you, it reveals you. It shows how strong you are when everything else falls apart. I remember sitting in my car that night, crying like I hadn't since childhood, not the cinematic tears, but rough, soul-shaking sobs from the core. In that moment of total collapse, something shifted. I stopped asking why this happened and started asking what it could teach me. That question changed everything. Pain didn't vanish. It transformed into purpose. Fear didn't disappear. It fueled courage. I didn't know I had. Your worst day is showing you resilience you can't learn any other way. It reveals depths of strength comfort never touches. It proves you're not as fragile as you think. Every person you admire, every story that moves you, every great example you know shares this. They had days when everything fell apart. They chose what you're invited to choose now, to let that brokenness become an opening for growth and transformation. The gift hidden in your worst day isn't obvious at first. It's wrapped in chaos, tied with ribbons of pain, and arrives at the worst possible time. But inside that terrible gift is everything you need to become who you're meant to be: compassion for others' suffering, strength for challenges you can't yet imagine. Inside that gift lies wisdom, earned only by walking through fire and realizing you weren't consumed, you were forged. Your worst day isn't the end of your story, it's the start of a bolder chapter. Not easier, but stronger, wiser, more compassionate, and truer to who you are. If you're ready to let your hardest moments shape you, leave this comment: my worst day revealed my best self. The second theme, why your sensitivity is your secret weapon. They've told you you're too sensitive, haven't they? Too emotional, too intense. Maybe they said it with concern or frustration, but the message was clear. Feeling deeply in a world that rewards detachment is somehow wrong. Here's what I wish someone had told you sooner. Your sensitivity isn't a flaw to fix, it's a profound strength you've been taught to hide. Seneca, a towering Roman philosopher, wrote letters to his friend with such raw honesty and vulnerability that they still move readers 2 millennia later. He said, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." Those words weren't dry theory, they came from tears, loss, and pain only a deeply feeling person could understand. The Stoics weren't the emotionless machines people assume. They were among the most emotionally intelligent of their time. They felt everything deeply, but learned to feel without being destroyed by it. There's a difference between feeling profoundly and being overwhelmed by emotions. Your sensitivity is your ability to notice what others miss. When someone's hurting, you feel it in your chest. When something's beautiful, it brings you to tears. When something's wrong, your body knows before your mind catches up. This isn't weakness, it's wisdom no book can teach. Your emotions aren't random, they're data. They're an inner compass, guiding you to what matters. When you feel anxious about a relationship, it's not paranoia. It's your sensitivity picking up on truths your logic hasn't yet processed. When you're excited about an opportunity others call crazy, it's not naivety, it's your intuition seeing potential others overlook. The world needs people who feel deeply. We need those who care so much it hurts. Because that care drives change. We need people who sense the struggle behind someone's smile, who pause to cherish a sunset's beauty, who feel injustice in their bones and act to make it right. Your tears aren't weakness, they're proof you're fully alive. Your intense emotions aren't a problem, they're a gift to embrace. Your ability to feel another's pain isn't a burden, it's compassion in action. Stop apologizing for feeling deeply. Stop trying to numb what makes you human. Let go of the lie that strength means feeling less. True strength is feeling everything and still showing up, still caring, still choosing love despite fear. Your sensitivity is your secret weapon because it connects you to others in ways shallow interactions never can portend. It fuels your ability to create, love, inspire, and heal not, despite your deep emotions, but because of them. If you agree your sensitivity is your superpower, leave this comment. My sensitivity is my strength, not my weakness. The third theme, the art of losing everything and finding yourself. At some point, we all face a moment when what we thought was essential vanishes. Maybe it's all at once: a job, a relationship, a dream, or someone you loved is gone. Or maybe it's a slow unraveling, watching your old life fade piece by piece until you barely recognize yourself or your world. I want to talk about that moment, because if you haven't faced it yet, you will. And if you're in it now, know this: you're not falling apart, you're being rearranged. Marcus Aurelius understood this deeply, writing, "Loss is nothing but change, and change is nature's delight." Those words are easy to read but hard to live. He wrote them as a man who lost children, saw his empire falter, and faced betrayals that would break most hearts. Yet, he found a profound truth in loss. When everything external is stripped away, what remains is your unshakable core. There's something painful yet beautiful about losing what you thought defined you. It hurts because it wounds you in ways you never knew possible. It's beautiful because it forces you to meet the real you, beneath titles, roles, possessions, and relationships that were never truly yours. Remember the day you lost what you thought was your entire identity, the career you built over years, the relationship you believed would last forever, the future you meticulously planned, all gone in moments. You sat in an empty apartment, surrounded by boxes, feeling like a stranger in your own life. But here's what few say about rock bottom: it's solid ground. You can build from there. When you have nothing left to lose, you have everything to gain. When old strategies fail, you're forced to find new ones. When your old identity crumbles, you get to choose who you'll become next. The art of losing everything isn't just about letting go gracefully, though that comes with time. It's about seeing loss as liberation. Every ending clears space for a beginning. Every closed door leads to one meant for you. Every person who leaves makes room for those who truly belong. Loss isn't punishment for your mistakes or proof you're not enough. It's the universe's course correction, knowing better than you what you truly need. It's an invitation to stop controlling outcomes and trust the process. Think of a tree in winter, bare branches stretching into a gray sky. No leaves, no sign of life, seemingly dead. But beneath the surface, in its roots and core, life persists. The tree is gathering strength for spring. It's not dead, it's preparing for rebirth. That's you right now. In your season of loss, you may feel empty or broken, but beneath the surface, you're building strength for what's next. You're growing roots deeper than ever before, preparing for a version of yourself you can't yet imagine. The art of losing everything is really the art of finding your true self, not the one you thought you had to be, but the one who knows their worth comes from within. The fourth theme, the beautiful truth about your broken dreams. Someone watching this is mourning a dream that didn't come true, a business that failed, a relationship that ended, a career that didn't pan out, or a life plan derailed by forces beyond your control. You're wondering if you're a failure, if you didn't try hard enough, or if you're doomed to never get what you truly want. Let me share something that might sound radical. Your broken dreams aren't failures, they're course corrections towards something better than you imagined. Epictetus taught a revolutionary idea. Don't demand things happen as you wish them to happen as they do. He wasn't preaching passive resignation, but clarity that clinging to specific outcomes blinds us to greater possibilities waiting to unfold. Picture someone who chased a dream for 3 years, pouring every waking moment into it. They sacrificed relationships, health, sleep, and joy, all for one vision of success. Then it collapsed. They felt they'd wasted their best years on something that wasn't theirs. They're angry at the universe, themselves, and others who seem to live their dreams while theirs shattered. But here's what they can't see in their grief: that broken dream is paving a new path. It's revealing dreams they didn't know they had, built on skills honed along the way, the relationships they built, the person they became, the resilience they forged. None of it was wasted. It's the foundation for something different, more meaningful. Broken dreams aren't proof you're not enough. They're signs you're being guided to what truly aligns with you. Sometimes we must let go of dreams that aren't ours to make room for those that are. Like a river meeting a rock. It doesn't see the obstacle as failure, it flows around it, finding a new, often more beautiful path. Your broken dreams are teaching you truths success can't. They show your worth isn't tied to achievements. They reveal strengths you didn't know you had. They build wisdom only a heart that's been hurt but stays open can gain. Maybe that ended relationship saved you from settling for less than you deserve. Maybe the job you didn't get is steering you toward work that truly feeds your soul. Maybe the dream you cherished was too small for the person you're becoming. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt, or that you shouldn't grieve what didn't happen. That's part of being human. But don't let that grief convince you you're unworthy of greatness. Don't let a closed door make you think all doors are locked. Your broken dreams are fertile soil for new ones to grow. Those new dreams align with the real you, honoring the person you've become through every fracture and rebuild. Trust the process, even if you can't see the destination. Believe life is working for you, not against you. And what feels like an end might be your greatest beginning. If you're ready to believe your broken dreams are leading to better ones, leave this comment. My broken dreams are becoming better dreams. The fifth theme, why your struggle is sacred. I want to share something that could shift how you view every tough moment in your life. Your struggle isn't a flaw in the system, it's a feature. It's not something wrong, but something right. Just not in the way you expected. Our culture treats struggle like a disease to cure quickly. Pop a pill. Buy a fix. Think positive. Escape. But what if the thing you're escaping is the most sacred part of being human? The Stoics had a beautiful concept called amor fati, love your fate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept the things fate binds you to, and love the people fate brings you." He meant, your struggles aren't random punishments, they're perfectly placed, teachers meant to shape you. I recall sitting with a friend navigating a divorce after 20 years. She kept apologizing for her tears, saying she needed to be stronger, blaming herself for not moving on faster. It struck me how we're taught to be ashamed of struggle instead of honoring it. Your struggle is sacred because it's forging you into someone you couldn't become otherwise. Your anxiety teaches you empathy for those fighting invisible battles. Your depression deepens your capacity for joy that easy happiness can't touch. Your loss expands your heart to hold more love than you thought possible. Every true changemaker, teacher, healer, artist, leader, innovator shares this. They've struggled. They've faced moments of wanting to give up, doubting their strength or worth. Yet they realized their struggle wasn't weakness, but proof of their capacity. You can't comfort someone in their darkest night if you haven't known your own. You can't guide someone through pain if you haven't lost something precious. You can't inspire someone to keep going if you haven't faced the urge to quit. Your struggle grants you credentials no university can offer. Your struggle is sacred because you choose its meaning. It can make you bitter or wiser, close your heart or open it to deeper compassion. It can convince you life's unfair or teach you everyone struggles, making human connection profoundly beautiful. Your struggle is sacred because it's fleeting, not gone forever, but always shifting, reshaping you into someone new. The person who enters the struggle isn't the one who emerges. That transformation is the sacred part, crafting you into someone extraordinary. You're becoming someone who sees challenges as refining fires, not destruction. Someone who faces their greatest fears and finds they're stronger than they knew. Someone who's been hurt, but lets those cracks become channels for light. Your struggle is yours, designed for you. The universe crafted it. Trusting you can handle it, not easily, not without scars or tears, but triumphantly in the end. The sixth theme, the courage to start over. There comes a moment, maybe many, when you realize you must begin again, not because you failed, but because you've outgrown your old life. Starting over at 25 feels like an adventure. At 35, it's daunting. At 45, it seems impossible. At any age, when you thought you had it all figured out, it takes a rare courage others may not grasp. Seneca, who lost his career, status, and life, knew this courage well. He wrote, "Life is long if you know how to use it." He didn't mean live longer, but live fuller. Even if it means starting anew when staying comfortable would be easier. Imagine a woman in her 52nd leaving a successful law career to teach elementary school. To many, that seems reckless. Why abandon financial stability and prestige to start from scratch? But for her, it wasn't fleeing failure. It was answering a deeper call. Teaching children reignited a passion buried for years, making the leap worth every uncertainty. Starting over isn't erasing the past, it's weaving every lesson, mistake, and skill into something that serves who you're becoming. The courage to begin again is about trusting yourself more than others' opinions, choosing growth over comfort, possibility over safety. It's saying, I don't know what's next, but I know I can't stay still. Maybe you're feeling it now, the need to restart in some part of your life. A relationship that's been dead for years, but you fear loneliness. A job that pays but drains your soul. Or a version of yourself others expect, but it feels like wearing clothes that no longer fit. Starting over isn't giving up, it's growing up. It's the difference between settling for what is and creating what could be. It's choosing to live, not just survive. The world needs those brave enough to start over. Because you show us it's possible, you prove we're not bound by our first choices, past mistakes, or others' expectations. You demonstrate life is a series of beginnings, not a long middle with a disappointing end. Starting over means carrying forward the best of your past while releasing what no longer fits. You keep the wisdom, let go of regrets, and honor who you were while embracing who you're becoming. Yes, it's terrifying, and others might not understand. You might stumble, question your choice, or wonder if you're on the right path. But far scarier is reaching the end of your life and realizing you never dared to build the life you truly wanted. Your future self is counting on you now to choose possibility over predictability. If you've watched this far, something in you knows this message is for you, not because your life is harder, but because you're ready to see challenges differently. You're ready to stop fleeing pain and start learning from it, to transform sensitivity into strength. The Stoics knew what we often forget. We're not victims of circumstance, but students of our own lives. Every challenge is a tailored lesson. Every loss makes space for something better. Every ending is a disguised beginning, urging you to grow into your true self. Your tears, as you watch this, aren't weakness, they're recognition. Your soul sees its own strength. Your heart recalls its resilience. Your spirit awakens to its power. You came into this world equipped to face every challenge, not without pain, but with ultimate victory. Your struggles don't prove you're flawed, they prove you're alive. You care, and you're growing into someone extraordinary. Epictetus said, "You're an actor in a play, scripted by a greater author. Your role may involve struggle or heartbreak, but it's yours to play uniquely. The world needs your sensitivity, your struggles, your story of breaking and rebuilding. It needs proof that people can survive their worst days and still choose to love, hope, and believe in life's beauty. So here's what I ask you to do now. If this video moves you, hit like, as a vow to yourself to see challenges as preparation, not problems. Leave a comment to tell someone they're not alone. Share this with someone whose heart needs these words. And subscribe to join a community, choosing growth over fear. You're not broken, you're unfolding into a new chapter. That's the difference that matters. If this truth resonates deep within, leave this comment as a promise to yourself. I'm not broken. I'm unfolding. This journey isn't about erasing pain, but embracing it as a teacher. You're not defined by what you've lost, but by what you've gained: resilience, wisdom, and a heart that dares to keep beating. You're writing a story of triumph, one courageous step at a time.